Hey Clashes, there are some balance changes with this next update for the clan capital, and those are for, that's right, the skeleton barrel. The skeleton barrel is going to get more HP on every single level, and we had some nice attacks already this weekend with the skeleton barrel. You can see those attacks were versus Black Spartan, and we struggled a little bit versus those bases, okay? So if you're going to see them in just a second, you're going to say, okay, they look really bad. But you have seen, we have struggled versus those bases in the beginning, but then at some point, David had an idea to actually approach them a little bit different. And that is with the splash countering skeleton barrel. That's pretty much it. So you can see on this one that the majority of splash is on one side. At the same time though, there is, well, some traps and splash, and it's not that easy to get into, and you can kind of fall for the trap. But with people not changing up their bases too much, eventually David kind of knew, okay, where he should enter, what he should do and everything. And that's exactly then the approach which he did. Using the skeleton barrels to great success, coming from the complete opposite side, taking down all of the, well, should I say key defenses, because in the clan capital, those smaller defenses hit quite hard overall, which means air defenses or even just regular spear throwers can be a big threat sometimes. So he can take out all of those, and it's just looking so satisfying, taking down defenses left and right with those barrels. And he has done this to the Wizard Valley, to the Builders, and to the Barbarian camp, and then as well to the Capital Peak. We're going to take a look at all of those and how he did that. But this one is already over since it started. Over 80% with the first attack. That is quite nice. That is over a really solid percentage for the first attack. And with that being said, there is not much left in this base. The only thing which you can do now is do a second attack to clean things up and get this nice playstyle on this base, because, I mean, yeah, it was a nice base. It somehow defended a couple of our attacks earlier, but what he's doing now is he's using one of the best troops to actually finish districts, which is, that's right, the Flying Fortress. It's so good in finishing districts and being still alive, because remember, for every housing space which is alive at the end of the tag, you are going to get bonus clan gold, which is always nice. I mean, who would say no to clan gold, right? So with this one, he's finishing this quite easily. He doesn't have to deploy the rest of the troops, because they might run into some traps. As I said, there were some things we were running into with some traps, but now eventually he's dropping them, making sure there's not too much dying, and with that, this base has went down with 2 attacks. Let's take a look now at the next setup, the next base which he has went into. The first attack on this one was not him, but it was still a solid approach. Again, we have a similar setup with the splash on the outside. This now, though, is kind of looking like one of those Wind Trader bases where I want to remind everyone, actually, there is a lot of wind trading going on in the higher regions of Capital Hall 10. And, well, apparently some YouTubers said that it would have been okay. I was kind of referring to them and did this on my own as well. One of the videos which I have posted a couple of weeks ago or something like that. So it's already a bit older. Where we have gotten crazy loot, like with 6 attack, over 60,000 clan gold. It's kind of ridiculous, okay? So those are numbers which you would never achieve playing this overall fair. And yes, obviously it's against the terms of service of Supercell, and yes, you can get banned for this. Just throwing this in here, because this right now is looking a bit strange with putting all of the defenses, the main key defenses on the outside. At the same time though, what then surprises me is that we have struggled so much versus those bases earlier, with like using 24 of our attacks against those bases, until apparently David had the great idea of using the skeleton barrel, because I feel like not too many people are really recognizing the power of this troop, or should I say troops in the game, because I feel like even if there is not a base that clear, okay, that obvious setup against like one side splash, the other side no splash, you can most of the time mix in 1, 2, or even 3 of those skeleton barrels and get them in areas where there is not that much splash coverage. Not every base, even normal regular bases, do not have the craziest splash coverage, like every single area of the base, where you can really nicely sneak some of them in, and especially tank nicely. Like, they're really good in distracting those key defenses, because it feels like they have like 2 stages, which means first the skeleton barrel itself, and then the skeletons dropping out of them. So it's really hard sometimes for the key defenses to concentrate on one specific target, and they're retargeting a lot, which means they're not really attacking. They're just spending their time not doing anything, okay? This is kind of where they're really good at sometimes. So on this one though, the use case is obvious, and David is saying like, I take that any day of the week, and he is going to take this base then out, because there is no splash yet left. Yes, there is some defensive troops, but nothing which is really considered as a big threat to his skeleton barrels, because there is no splash left in this one. Skeletons are going left, right, everywhere, and taking down defenses really nicely. The next thing is, he does not really know where the traps are. This is where he's like sprinkling them in one by one, kind of, and not really putting everything in at once, because if there might be any small bombs or any air bombs, things like that, it still could be an issue, and take down all of those skeletons at once. Now the barbarians for the finishing line, taking down everything. Now take a look at how quickly this wall is going to take down at the top side. It just melts. There is so many skeletons, and now the town hall, it's done. It's gone within a second. It's crazy. But now let's take a look at the capital peak. So far our results were mainly, in the first part I think we had 4 attacks, and then the majority of attacks were 3 attacks on average, I think. But David did it in 2 again. Let's take a look at it. So again, it looks like a strange base, but I think the majority of people would have said, okay, let's just go in with all archers and take that out. But what David does is just way smarter. He's using rocket loons on the far outside buildings. With that, he's able to take those key defenses out without having to really invest any sneaky archers or any other troops to really get those defenses out of the way. So that's just way better overall. Next thing now is he's using those archers to distract, using those archers to get the capital slowly but surely down, the capital hall. Now some of the barrels as well in there. And as soon as he's through all of this splash, he then can, again, pretty much similar to what he has done already to the other bases, finish the rest off and take those bases out. Right now he has to kind of juggle the Super Dragon in between of his troops. He's now trying to distract them, trying to get the Super Dragon away so he can take down the capital hall. Right now, another sneaky archers in, and then yeah, again the barrels to make sure that the capital peak is going, the capital hall is going down, and yeah, at this point trying to take it out with archers. Dragon though flying away, and with that, Dragon is out of range. The Dragon is by far the most annoying defense to deal with, and not really nice to take down. Even Rage is sometimes really tricky. Now, since he has taken down the majority of splash defenses, he's already putting his remaining skeleton barrels in. He has nothing left to really take down the Dragon at the moment, so that's something which he has to do then in the second attack to really be able to take down the majority of defenses in the second attack and finish off this base obviously then as well. But for this one, he has already gotten nearly 30% with the majority of key defenses down at this point. So really nicely done. Nice. The most creative part about this was probably the rocket loons, really making sure that they can take down the outside defenses there. And then the second approach at this point is, as I said already, take down the Super Dragon, make sure it's going down, and as soon as that one is down, just like swarm the rest of the base with those barrels. Again, using now some barbarians to lure over the Super Dragon. As soon as it's close to the rage, he's dropping some archers in there, taking it out. And at this point now, it's go time for his skeleton barrel. And as I said, again, I know not everyone is having bases like this, but trust me, you can nearly always get those skeleton barrels in. As I said already, I will do some more videos about the capital peak again, with promoting some more different strategies, because I have recently more people asking about new guides about this. I would do as well really soon more bases then, because I have done so far a base video for base layouts from Capital Hall level 1 to 6. Now we'll upload a second episode of that, where I'm uploading bases for Capital Peak level 7 to 10, with all of the districts with that as well. This is overall the idea, and yeah, expect that really soon, and hopefully it can help to get you some great defenses overall, and hopefully a little bit better rewards, even though they're not the greatest, but overall it's really nice. I mean, you can get them every single week, and overall it's getting a lot, I think, with having so many different sources of now special reward income. So I think it's pretty nice. This one is nice as well, because David is going to finish this Capital Peak with 2 attacks. Really nicely done, and I hope you enjoyed this video, having some fun attacks. And big shout out again to David for doing those attacks. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.